everybody. Welcome to the Hidden Gems podcast. This is the series where we like to talk about the streaming services that we are enjoying, and we are doing another episode of Best and Worst. And we hope that if you like this shorter episode, you would then check out the longer Hidden Gems episode and have a lot of fun with both of them. And this series, Best and Worst, is where we take a talent and we decide what we think are their best work and their worst work. And I'm film critic Rachel Wagner, and Ryan is here.
Hey Rachel, so great to be back with you once again. And tonight I feel the need to talk about Tom Cruise because I think that SOB is hiding the fountain of youth and he's not sharing it. Because, just watching him in like movies like Top Gun and Days of Thunder, and even up until recently, like Mission Impossible Fallout and other movies like that, the dude does not age. He looks perpetually like 27 or 29. It's crazy. And with Top Gun Maverick coming up, he's somehow turning back the clock again. It's just uh, Tom Cruise is one of those actors that I'm not sure I'd want to meet in real life, but I know for a fact that he is so committed to entertaining us, we viewers, that I mean, I got nothing but respect for that.
Yes, he is a movie star in the kind of old school sense of the word. And people might not like the fact that he's a Scientologist or whatever else. He jumps on couches. He knows how to make crowd pleasing movies that people enjoy. And I have to say, in going through, he doesn't have that many misses. I mean, compared to some of the other people that we've talked about on this show, and there's a lot of people that you don't realize, like, wow, they've had a lot of misses, like Gary Oldman, for instance. And really, you look through Tom Cruise's history, and he doesn't have that many, and he really doesn't. And there were a lot of movies. It was hard for me to pick my best because he also has a lot of different genres. I mean, he's been doing action movies for a long time, but for a while there, he was doing prestige movies like Born on the Fourth of July, which he got an Oscar nomination, I believe, for. And then he, have movies like the Vanilla Sky and other ones that we'll talk about that are a little more artistic and different things. And then Far and Away, which I've talked about on Hidden Gems before. There's really a wide variety. The Firm is a lot of fun for a courtroom thriller. But let's dive in. Let's talk about, of course, the Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick. I mean, he really has a variety. So let's dive in. Let's talk about our best of Tom Cruise. Why don't you go first?
So my favorite Tom Cruise performance, and please keep in mind that there are several Cruise movies that I haven't seen, not for any reason other than I just haven't had the time to. So my favorite Tom Cruise performance is Minority Report from 2002. This was directed by Steven Spielberg. We all know who he is, and I think that this is subtly one of Spielberg's very best movies. And considering that he's directed like Raiders and Jaws and like too many others to mention, Minority Report is one of Spielberg's more underrated movies, and it tells the story of the not too distant future where the world pretty much is run by this thing called pre-crime. It pictures the crimes that people might do and then isolates them and takes them away before those crimes happen. Tom Cruise plays an agent named John Anderton who oversees pre-crime. However, through a series of events, he learns that he is supposed to kill a man named Leo Crow. He has never met this man, but pre crime has never been wrong before. And so basically, he has to go on the run. And the reason why I chose Minority Report is that without going like super nerdy or anything, I think Minority Report subtly predicted like kind of like cancel culture and what we have going on today. It's like oh, you have the intent to say something, like forget it. It's like no judge jury anything like that. It's just you might do something, out of there. And I may be a little bit extreme in that, but I mean, consider social media and Twitter justice and just all these other things. Like we all laugh and jest, but there's a lot of truth said in jest. And
Yeah.
And as far as Minority Report goes, this is a very unique looking movie. Steven Spielberg actually bleached the film reels while making this to make things look very off color. It's a very unique looking movie. And it's also very terrestrial. There are practical stunts, practical effects. I could go on talking about this movie for days, but it's one of the more underrated movies going, and it predicted everything from touch screens to maybe a dash of cancel culture. If you haven't seen Minority Report, do yourself a favor and watch it.
Yeah, that would definitely have been in my top three. It's really good. Philip K. Dick's story, as always, brings a interesting, thoughtful sci-fi movie. And sci-fi is not my favorite, but I think that this one is pretty. It doesn't get all caught up in the setting. It keeps going, and yeah, I like it. It's very good. I didn't know that about the film. That's interesting. Uh,
Yeah.
so my favorite, I could have picked Edge of Tomorrow because I love that movie, and that's really excellent. There are again a number of other ones I could have picked, but I'm a rom com girl. I love rom coms, and so I got to pick Jerry Maguire. I mean, it is such a quotable movie. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. And
Joe! Me! Me! Mama!
yeah, and you had me at hello, and you complete me. It's so good. And I think that he is perfectly cast as this sports agent, kind of out of luck. He's got this one kind of crazy client left, and Cuba Gooding Jr. won an Oscar for his role. And Renee Zellweger, this was kind of her breakout film, and she's not my favorite, but she's perfectly fine here. And you got the little kid, Jonathan Lipnicki, adorable. And it's just a really good rom com.
Yeah, the only scene I know of this is when Tom Cruise was on the Late Late Show with James Corden, and they reenacted the "Show Me the Money"
Yeah.
scene with Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr. Never seen the movie, and when I saw it, I was like, "This is completely out of context." But they look like they're having the best time. They're like having the time of their lives, and then Cuba Gooding ends with, "Congratulations, you're still my agent." Click.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. So that's my pick. And so let's talk about the worst of Tom Cruise. And he really doesn't have that many terrible ones. I mean, I guess could have picked the Austin Powers movie he has a cameo in, but we don't usually do cameos. I'm not a fan of Austin Powers. I do not like those movies. But Ryan, what did you pick?
So my choice for my worst Tom Cruise performance, and I choose this movie not because of Tom Cruise. Honestly, he was trying his best, but this movie couldn't be saved. It's The Mummy from 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Universal tried to set up a Universal Monsters cinematic universe? I was actually a fan of it. And then I saw The Mummy, and I lost faith in it very quickly. This movie is just a train wreck. It's a series of ideas and just a potential like cinematic universe that will never happen. Like it's so cringeworthy. You see, like as you're walking by, you see the skull of Dracula. You see a hand from the creature from the Black Lagoon, and it's so blatant. Like we want a cinematic universe. We want a cinematic universe. It's just Tom Cruise, it's not his fault. Like he tries, he even does some of his own stunts because it's an unwritten law somewhere that Tom Cruise has to put his body on the line for our entertainment, even though he is almost 60. But this movie is just beyond repair. It was written by Alex Kurtzman, who is just not very good at his job. It just if you want mummy action, watch the original Mummy with Boris Karloff or watch the Brendan Fraser one from '99. Like, like take your pick. You can just
Yeah.
pretty much forget about the rest.
I mean, I do like the opening sequence kind of on the plane is pretty well done as far as a stunt, but
That
yeah,
was
this
the
movie
best
is
scene.
totally forgettable. I mean, you don't remember it 5 minutes after you saw it, and anything with Russell Crowe is really bad.
Yeah,
Really, really
I
bad.
liked the idea of Dr. Jekyll being like the Nick Fury of this whole thing, but again, what made the MCU so good is that Iron Man felt kind of contained with the one scene with Samuel L. Jackson saying, "I'd like to talk to you
Mhm.
about the Avenger Initiative." That was at the end. But it was like they tried to cram their 5-year plan into one mummy movie and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I think that the more people that try, the more studios that try to copy the MCU, the more we realize how great or how tough a feat it is to do what the MCU did. Like I think we kind of take it for granted because there's 23 movies now and we don't realize how hard it is to do what they do. And then you see these other people try to do it and you're like, "Oh, yeah." So I think that's true. So my worst, I could have picked Magnolia because I really don't like that movie, but it's at least very ambitious and it's not his fault. I just not my Paul Thomas Anderson film. But instead, I would pick a movie that bored me even more than Magnolia. It's Oblivion. And you know me and sci-fi, not my favorite. And I think that sci-fi tends to be a little on the boring side, even in the good ones. And this was I don't even remember that much about it. I just remember being really, really, really not interested and very bored. About he's this astronaut and the whole earth is destroyed and he's come, but then there's these aliens and I don't know. I can't remember everything else.
I can definitely see why people wouldn't like Oblivion, but I liked it. I mean, at least, at the very least, for the visuals. Joseph Kosinski, who directed it and is going to be directing Top Gun Maverick, has an amazing visual eye. He directed Tron Legacy, he directed this movie, he directed Only the Brave. I've recommended all three of those movies, or, well, Tron and Only the Brave on various Hidden Gems episodes. So I'm a fan of his work, but this is definitely his weakest movie. Tom Cruise, he tries. He actually has a few pretty good scenes, but just kind of feels like a mishmash of ideas and just like no real place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I haven't watched it for a while, but I just remember thinking nothing is happening. And, but yeah, it's either this or Magnolia. Those are my two least favorite. I do not like the pretentiousness of Magnolia, and I just I don't know. It's not for me. And then this is just to me was very dull. So that's my picks. And so let us know what your best and worst of Tom Cruise are. What did we miss? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And Ryan, where can people find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at RyanCam20. Then there's, of course, my YouTube channel, which is just called Ryan Cam. I want to say thank you to everybody who checked out the movie Nerds Club video this past Saturday. Not only my video, but Rachel's video, Larry's video, Ren's video, Alyssa's video, and Zach's video. I love being a part of the movie Nerds Club. I was actually saying the other day in our group chat, we should all get together and have shawarma sometime, like at the end of the Avengers. Hopefully, it's around Sundance. But anyway, thank you all for checking out those videos, and thank you all for checking out my first reaction to Only Yesterday. That movie had a very complicated history of getting released in America, so thank you all for checking that out. This coming week, I'll be releasing my new release roundup, talking about all the new releases that I watched in January and February. And then on Sunday, I'll be releasing my deep dive into one of my favorite comedies of all time, The Big Lebowski, and asking the question, is The Big Lebowski really about anything? Anything at all?
Well, yeah, y'all should definitely check it out. And can you believe that this is our 21st best and worst? It's
It's amazing.
crazy. Where does the time go?
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. So yeah, you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Please check that out. And then if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We sure appreciate that. I'm getting so close to 3K. It's going to be so exciting. So please subscribe. If you have any ideas for who you'd like us to talk about for Best and Worst, we would love to hear your thoughts. And we also have our Patreon group, and we have the merch store, which is a lot of fun. So check that all out. And thanks, everybody. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.